get back to the fuel price hike, which should be encouraging for the market this morning. R.K. Singh, chairman of BPCL, who's been speaking to us on Friday and was expecting it, has joined in. With him, R.S. Sharma, former chairman of ONGC. Good morning to both of you. Mr. Singh, congratulations. You managed that fuel price hike. Was it taken independently, the decision this time, or did you finally have to get a green signal from the government?
We have been communicated in clear terms that diesel prices can be raised by 40 to 50 paise per month until further orders to reduce the under-recoveries in a phased manner. This was, in my opinion, this is the great decision by the government of India not to burden the consumer, at the same time reduce the under-recovery in a phased manner so that the government burden, oil companies' burden is lessened to that extent, and at the same time consumers are not put to hardships. So this is a decision conveyed to us. It was a cabinet decision and we are going ahead with that.
So you've got 2 price hikes in diesel under your belt. Do you think you'll be able to move in March as well, Mr. Singh, or because of some state elections, is there an instruction that in March you may be asked to hold back?
I don't think there is, I am not aware of any such instruction from the government, but let's wait and see. Let us not assume what will happen 1 month from now.
Mr. Singh, good morning. So 2 hikes now, 45 paise each on diesel. Where does that still keep your under-recoveries at?
So diesel prices have also gone up, as is the case with the crude. You know, the crude which used to hover around $112, $113 a barrel has now moved to $118, $119. The exchange rate has worsened further. I think it is now 54 plus. So, and diesel prices itself have gone up. Therefore, the under-recovery in diesel, which used to be 9 rupees some paise, had jumped to close to 11 rupees. So this reduction of under-recovery by 45 paise, it has, the under-recovery has come down to the level of close to 10 rupees.
There is some concern around petrol prices though, Mr. Singh. I mean, there's been a huge surge in international prices since January. Does the 1.5 rupee hike adequately cover you, or are you still making some losses there?
See, this was the under-recovery till 15th of February. So when we hiked the price on 15th February midnight, the under-recovery amount was 1 rupee 50 paise. That is what we raised. But you are right. Since in the petrol prices now have gone up further, and the under-recovery, current under-recovery is about 3 rupees. But we'll have to see how does it behave in the next 15 days time. So therefore next month we'll have to take a view, we'll have to take a call as to what is the average under-recovery, and then accordingly we'll decide whether to raise the price or to reduce the price, because it can work either way. The prices may go down also, because we cannot raise the price of petrol based on 1 or 2 days quote. We'll have to wait for 15 days minimum.
Mr. Sharma, good morning. You've been hearing what the OMC version is, and you've gone through this whole process over a multi-year period. Having seen 2 diesel price hikes, are you now getting more hopeful that this will happen for the remaining months of the year as well, or do you think state elections will come in the way?
See, one thing is very clear, Udyan, I see a very distinct change in the functioning of the Petroleum Ministry, and I find decisions getting taken, and I feel that's a very, very positive sign. And, I have been all along, lobbying for this kind of, the mechanism that the prices keep getting aligned on a dynamic basis, on regular basis, rather than in an ad hoc manner after 6 months or after 1 year, then there's a strong reaction. The way this mechanism has been put in place, I'm extremely happy, the whole mechanism, this balances the expectations of all stakeholders. I wouldn't say expectations, rather it balances the burden of all stakeholders. whether the and let's see in course of time moving forward if the same adjustments are allowed to be done. I feel that's going to be very positive for the economy, for these companies, for the industry.
While some serious progress is happening on this front, Mr. Sharma, what is not happening is clarity on the subsidy sharing front, which investors of many of the companies would really like from the government. On that, what are your expectations now that we've started taking small steps in addressing the under-recovery problem?
Yes, exactly. There also, if you remember, all along I have been, saying very strongly, quite vocally about the mechanism to be put in place. You see that two issues. One is the principle. The upstream companies, in a matter of principle, they have to share the under-recoveries because they have got the upsides of the advantageous gains they get because of the crude prices, the moving up. The costs do not move in the same proportion. The principle is all right. The issue is the mechanism. And starting with a small step, now this decision taken that diesel prices will keep getting raised by 40 to 50 paisa a month. I feel it will take another about 20 months or could be 2 years to reach that level. I have my apprehensions whether looking to the political environment or even the economic implications of the inflation, whether that will be allowed in the long run to continue. But I'm very happy the decision taken is absolutely in the right perspective.
Mr. Sharma, good morning. Now that they seem to be moving with regards to fuel price hike, would you say that the government has been emboldened enough to touch a prickly issue like the gas price hike, and whether they will indeed go ahead with the Rangarajan formula, which is so much more positive for companies like ONGC aside from these diesel price hikes?
Absolutely, absolutely. As I said, they are very positive signs. We see that decisions taking, on regular basis in Petroleum Ministry. The situation is no more static. And, on gas price also, I understand the Petroleum Ministry has sent the recommendations and the adjustment has to take place. There's a more of question of creating right kind of awareness amongst all stakeholders. When I say all stakeholders, the consumers, the politicians across all party lines, they have to recognize that these companies who are the backbone of the economy, they cannot be allowed to keep getting under recoveries they have been doing. We must realize there's an issue of this governance also, because they are listed company, their expectations of the institutional investors, minority shareholders, and the morale of the employees itself. Because I know that in their MOU signing mechanism, 50% weightage is the financial performance of the company, and the companies for several years they have not been able to show good financial results, and as a result even employees not getting their legitimate performance related pay and all. I feel that has been the background. In that background, the things moving forward, I feel that's very positive, and even for the upstream companies, the ONGC, the Oil India, they all should feel comforted with the way the decisions are getting taken.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining in. Expect to see a reaction on all these companies this morning. Let's take